Welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box, and this is the 15th over in ODI number 2. Now, many of you, would have watched our pre-match show. We hope you watched most of the show and lost the last 30 seconds of it, because that's when you would have seen the entire panel predicting scores around 300, well in excess of 300. But what do we know? Things have changed. Things have changed dramatically. Here's a quick update in case you weren't following the first 15 overs. Some big wickets have fallen. First, captain Rohit Sharma. Then Virat Kohli. We were all talking about the big runs expected. 18 of 30. And Rishabh Pant, playing a Rishabh Pant-like innings and perishing in a Rishabh Pant-like way. 47 for 3 in 15 overs. The star of the show has been the new man we've all been waiting to see, ODI Smith. 2 wickets in the 12th over, and a bit of a coincidence as well. When West Indies batted first, it was Washington Sundar who picked up 2 wickets in the 12th over. But for the moment, let's discuss West Indies making a strong comeback into the series. Shaun Pollock alongside. Certainly something you'd like to see. A guy, Shaun, maybe 5, 6, 7 steps, not very long run up, but gets 140, 145.
Yeah, he's bowled well, hasn't he? Nice start by the West Indies. This is as good as I've seen from them in the first 15 for a long period of time. They often offer up some freebies to be put away, but they bowl with some good control. I think they've stuck to their plans. More importantly, how nice is the surface? Where were those when I was touring India? I didn't get any of those ones carrying through beautifully to the wicketkeeper. We got the low, slow ones. But there's the performance. All 4 of the fast bowlers have done a really good job and set a wonderful tone after winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. So, yeah, big ups for the West Indies. They're 1-0 down, but they've started this game in a fantastic fashion.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to the coincidence I mentioned a moment ago, Washington Sundar with his off spin early on, getting a couple of snares, that's what you do expect to see in India. But Indian batsmen, as you said, thudding into the gloves of Shea Hope, ball, little bit of extra bounce, Rohit Sharma guiding it, Virat Kohli maybe didn't bounce as much, unusual shot. But nonetheless, as you said, it's been disciplined bowling, but they've responded to the surface.
Yeah, they have. A bit of a surprise. Rohit's dismissal was pretty unusual for me. He's not really a guy who often leaves his crease, is he? But almost looking like he was walking down that one. Pant got one that just carried on going across him. So when you try and drag that across the leg side, you often end up hitting in the air. And I think Virat maybe was caught a little bit with his weight on the back foot with some of the short pitch deliveries that were bowled at him, and maybe knowing. It was actually interesting to watch him come to the crease too. I mean, the first 2 shots he practiced were pull shots before he'd even faced a delivery. So I think he knew it was going to come. But I think the nature of the surface has definitely surprised me. I mean, I wouldn't have probably gone for 300 if I'd known it was going to bounce and carry like this.
Yeah, well, he did get out playing the pull/hook in the first game when they tested him out with that. And as you said, they were expecting that. He did get a little bit of that in the first over, but then came ODI Smith with just, he had a little bit of licorice all sorts in the first over. One wide delivery that Pant put away one-handed for 4. But then you could see that just that little extra pace that he generates can be deceptive if you haven't played him before.
It looks like more of a skiddy customer, doesn't he? He charges in, strong individual, and hitting the bat pretty hard and hitting decent length. So his confidence is also sky high. When you get introduced to a team, you're hoping for a dream start, and to pick up 2 wickets in your first over, with your first 2 overs, that settles you down and starts to make you just puff that chest out a little bit and feel good about what you're trying to do. IPL shares have gone up.
Yeah, it has, and honestly, I can tell you, Shaun, he doesn't have to puff his chest much. It's already pretty puffed. Those biceps. I mean, there's 2 guys I interacted a lot with in the CPL. One was KL Lewis, and the other was ODI Smith. And both guys, I'd be like thumbs up instead of handshakes, partly for COVID, but partly for safety of my own arms, my own palms. But yeah, they're strong individuals. But Shaun, in adversity comes opportunity. KL Rahul, Surya Kumar Yadav. Yes, you don't want India to be 47 for 3, but when the fact that they are, what an opportunity it is for these 2 guys to just bat and bat and bat.
Yeah, well, this is we had the discussion before the game about the different roles and people used to batting in the top 3. This is when you're coming in the top 3, isn't it? This is often when you come to the crease. So the experience that they've got in batting in the different positions, this is when it stands a batting lineup in good stead, because if you do lose the early wickets, the guys are used to it. They're used to coming in with the balls relatively new and being able to play. So really important partnership now. I think they need to negotiate the hard bounce of the new balls either side. And then they have to just have a look at what the spinners do. Is there any purchase? Or maybe that's where they can start to be looking a little bit aggressive. But for me, it's a case in point. Listen, you guys bat until the 35th over, and let's see where we get ourselves to, and then we take it from there. No need to do anything untoward. You just bat your normal ways.
Yeah, well, you've pretty much answered my next question. What would the conversation have been between them? So now that you've said that and you want to bat till that point, do you even think of a possible score right now? Do you say, let's bat till then assess? Because obviously our 300s, 325s don't look quite likely at the moment, but they would certainly want to be bare minimum 250.
Yeah, they rotate strike well. Normally, they're very good at picking up the singles, these two. So I'm sure they'll knock it around and they'll get the bad ball, the odd bad ball that they'll put away, and they both play spin nicely. So yeah, I don't think you need to settle for too low a score, but it is a case in point, just a partnership. Reassess at 35, maybe try and push on until 40, and then see what the lower order can do if you do get yourselves out. But if they get themselves in and you have a partnership, there are guys who can pick up the scoring rate later.
There certainly are. And again, someone like Deepak Hooda will be thinking that, yeah, this is the kind of innings I like to play. And now that I've got that first match out of the way, looking at that and the sort of all-rounders in the middle and lower order will be a great opportunity for them. So revised total, yes, but West Indies back in it and will be looking to try and make it 1-1. That's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll see you for edition 2 in the 35th over. It'll be a crucial time of the innings.